This is the last trading video you'll ever need to watch. It's going to be completely different to any other video you have ever seen on trading. And I know this because I've traded now for close to a decade. I've watched every video, listened to every podcast. I've done everything when it comes to trading, and none of it ever helped me. In this video, we're going to go deep on what it really means to be a consistently profitable trader. Not someone that blows a prop account every second day, which is 99% of people these days in trading. The industry has done so well at turning trading into purely just gambling. Stick to the lower time frames, jump from system to strategy to model. Don't stick to one simple structure. Keep jumping, stay in the education loop, because then you'll never make it as a trader. That is exactly what they want. All you are is liquidity to the marketplace. You need to understand that. You are being advertised on every front. The NASDAQ, the S&P 500, prop firms, brokers to come into the marketplace. Because all you are orders. The more orders, the more liquidity, the more money these institutions can make. That's how it all works. And they know 99% of traders are going to fail. In the long term, they are all going to fail. Why are they going to fail? Because they simply cannot understand themselves. They blame everything outside of themselves. The broker, the prop firm, their strategy. I don't know enough. All of these things keep them unsuccessful as a trader. It is pure human psychology. They know the human mind better than anyone. Trading is 99% psychology. 99%. And anyone that says that is bullshit. They do not trade full-time consistently. They might make some money here and there in the market, but they do not make money over the long term. You need to be ruthless with your mindset. Trading comes down to your identity. How you think and feel about yourself creates your reality in the market. And that's what we're going to go deep on today in this video. I have traded the same system for 7 years. Price action and a blue line. I can teach it to people in 20 minutes. I get better every single year with that model because I understand myself deeper and I understand my model deeper. But most people can't stick to that strategy. This is how the 99% trade. This is a normal day. They come to the market, they have no plan. They haven't journaled, they haven't done anything. They sit down at the market, they go to the lower time frames, and they're waiting for some sort of setup. They take a trade that they have no plan for. They have a losing trade. They didn't even know why they entered that trade in the first place. And then they're annoyed. They're pissed at themselves because they took a trade that was obviously wrong. They shouldn't have taken that trade. But they don't blame themselves. They blame everything outside of themselves. Their broker, their prop firm, whatever it is. They do not blame the person that is pressing the buy and sell button. And so then they FOMO into another trade. They're in a complete subconscious mindset right now. They have no idea why they took that first trade. They're now in another trade having no clue why, because they're angry. They have emotions building inside of their body. They have no reason why, no idea why. And so they enter into another trade and they lose again. Now they're even more annoyed. The emotions are building heavier, and then they start revenge trading. They've taken a third trade. Once again, FOMO, revenge. There is no reason for them to be in that trade. They have now taken 3 trades with no plan, no structure, no system, no reason to have entered the market in the first place. And they've done that without even knowing. And this is how 99% of people trade. This is how 99% of people go through their entire life, not understanding why they do anything. And that is why trading is 99% psychology. Anyone that tells you otherwise does not trade full-time consistently. Trading is completely different to anything else you'll do in your entire life. And the best way that I like to explain trading, let's say you're in a village back in the day, and the men say, we're not going to go out and hunt today, we're going to wait for the food to come to us. We'll just wait for the animal to come to us, and then we'll feed the whole village. And everyone in the village laughs because they know that's not how it works. You need to go out and hunt for your food, bring it back to the village, kill the animal, and feed the entire family. But that's not how trading works. In trading, we have to wait for the market to come to us. We have to be patient. We have to have a simple structure that we are waiting for. Once that occurs, we execute our trade and we allow the market to do its thing. But there's only one thing that stands in our way, stopping us from doing that. And that is ourselves. And the industry knows that 99% of people cannot manage themselves. And so everyone comes to the market with a 2,000-year-old brain, trying to force things upon the market with a force, push, grind type energy. And the market absolutely destroys that type of energy. It absolutely dominates it. Because the market, you have to be patient. You have to wait for price to come to you and execute your plan. Every other aspect of life, you can grind, you can push, you can force your way to get success. Doesn't matter if it's work, business, whatever it is, you can force and push your way to get success. But you cannot force and push towards the market. All it will do is reflect your limiting belief. That is all it is. Force, push, energy is coming from a limiting belief. And now, like we said, trading is purely psychology. It is your identity, who you believe you are, what you think and feel about yourself, then creates how you trade. And now let's speak to thousands of traders. And they all say the same thing. I'm not yet profitable. I'm trying this thing called trading. I'm not quite there yet. When they speak to themselves like that, how do you think their trading performs? Do you think they enter a trade like a professional trader? Or do you think they enter the trade and they're anxious? Oh, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if I'm profitable yet as a trader. I need to see a lot of results before I can call myself a good trader. And the market just simply reflects that. They enter poorly. They move their stops too early. They want too much out of the market. They're greedy. And all of these things happen in front of the trader, and they do not blame themselves. They do not look within to understand why these things are occurring. And that is the most important thing in trading. Why are they greedy? Why are they moving their stop too early? All of these things come back to a limiting belief that we hold within ourselves. And this is why journaling is the most important thing in trading by far. Instead of journaling what the market is doing, before every single trade, you journal how you are feeling emotionally before going into the trade, before starting the trading day. How do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel bad? Have you had a good day? Have you had a bad day? All of these things will affect your trading day. And once you start journaling your emotions instead of the structure of the market, then you start to deeply understand yourself. You know when to trade. You know when not to trade. You know when to close the computer. Everything is from an emotional standpoint. And so how do you feel coming into that trading day? Journal that down. How do you feel before entering that trade? Journal that down. How do you feel while you were in the trade? Emotionally, how are you feeling? Are you confident? Are you second guessing yourself? All of these things will expose your limiting beliefs, what you think and feel about yourself, your money beliefs. Are you in an abundant state? Or are you in a limited state? Are you in a scarcity mindset? This is what really affects your trading. So how do you feel before? How do you feel during? And then how do you feel after that trade is finished? These 3 steps, journal these 3 things, every single trade you take, and you will deeply understand yourself. And that is how you actually improve as a trader. Not the structure in the market. That's easy to understand. Like I said, 20 minutes, show you how to do it. Very straightforward. You need to understand yourself. Trading is just a canvas of you watching yourself on a day-to-day basis. The market is whispering to you every single trade you take, telling you exactly what your limiting beliefs are, exactly what your fears are, exactly what is holding you back and making you sabotage every single trade you take. The deeper you understand yourself, the better you will become as a trader. And this is the secret that the industry does not want you to know. They want you to keep on that education loop. There's a new golden indicator, a new golden system over here. Keep changing what you're doing, because if you keep changing what you're doing, you're never going to be able to be successful in the market. You're going to keep second guessing yourself, learning a whole new instrument over and over again. The ones who are successful in trading stick to one simple system forever. It doesn't matter what you trade. We all have a unique lens on the market. You don't want to copy someone else's trading. You want to be the best trader that you can possibly be. Forget everyone else. Forget everyone else's system. How do you see the market? How do you look at price? How do you understand where price is going? Get really, really good at that. Stop listening to how other people are looking at the market because they have a different lens on the market than you. You need to perfect your own system, your own strategy of trading. What are you good at? Practice that every single day and journal how you feel while you are executing that every single day. That is how you improve as a trader. Turn off everything else. Everything else is complete bullshit. Stop listening to these indicators, these golden strategies, this, that, and the other. It is all bullshit. None of them are making any money. The ones who are making money stick to the same thing. They know themselves deeply from every aspect. They know why they are sabotaging their trades, and they stop themselves from doing so. You will make more money in trading the less you do, the more passive you are, the less force, the less grind. Sit, patience, allow the market to come to you, execute your trade from your unique lens that you have on the market, which is unlike anyone else, unlike everyone else. Execute your trades and allow a price to do its thing. And then journal everything. That is how you become a successful trader. We don't want to trade like the 99%. We know they fail. We know they refuse to take any responsibility of anything they do in their trading. We know they jump from system to system to system. They jump to that indicator. They need all these lines on the chart. All you need is price action and a deep understanding of yourself. And you do that through journaling, how you feel before, during, and after every single trade you take. Understand how you look at the market. What is your unique lens? How do you think price is moving? Get better at that every single day. Stop going on YouTube and searching trading strategy. It does not work. That is someone else's unique lens you're trying to take out of the market. How do you see price? Get really, really good at understanding how you see price. It is a canvas that only you can understand from your unique lens. And repeat it every single day with the goal in mind to just purely get better as a person and deeper understanding of yourself every single day. Trading is the greatest self-development tool that has ever existed. The greatest self-development tool. Every trade you take, it is reflecting your entire life back at you. But if you ignore that, which most traders do, then you'll end up in the 99%. And so stick to one thing, execute it with confidence, and do it over and over and over again. Now, as trading is purely just identity, like we said, how you think and feel about yourself then creates your identity in the market, who you are. We need to come to the market knowing we are a professional trader. We're not someone that's just willy-nilly. We're not someone that just is learning. We're still learning. We're not very good at trading yet. Right now, you can decide that you are a professional trader trading the financial markets. No one in trading comes up to you and hands you a certificate and says, you're now a professional trader. You can now trade the financial markets. Everything else in life, you get a certificate. Dentist, doctor, whatever it is. Trading, you have to do it for yourself. You have to decide yourself that you are a professional trader that trades the financial markets, and you know exactly what's going to happen with price action every single day. And if you make a mistake, it doesn't matter. There is a new opportunity every single day in the market. But if you do not understand yourself, you'll get annoyed and caught up on that previous trade, and you will not be able to seek out the new opportunities that arise every single day in the market. This is why we need to deeply understand ourselves. But you are a professional trader with your own unique lens on the market. Trust that, believe that, execute with confidence, remove fear, understand your limiting beliefs, understand why and how they originated. Remove them and trade with confidence, belief from your unique lens on the market. That is what trading is all about. That is how you trade consistently over the long term. Not someone that's blowing props every single week like 99% of people. You are a dedicated long-term professional trader that is making money the majority of the time. Why not? Why not you? Why not you?